once again. Part 2 of Cecilia's hurricane prep, little special series that we're doing this week, different from our normal weekly videos. A lot of you caught the first one that we released 2 days ago. Thank you so much for checking that out. And this is our follow-up.
Today is Tuesday. It is
4:30.
4:30. So Tuesday, September 3rd at 4:30. It's looking like the eye will pass closest to us tomorrow around noon.
Yeah.
That being said, it looks like it's going to pass out at sea. So it's 160 miles out. As long as that holds true, they said 40 miles out from the eye is where you'll have the hurricane force winds, and then 140 miles out from the eye is where we'll have tropical force winds. So we're still preparing.
Yeah, this is all assuming that it still stays where they say it's going, which at this point they're pretty darn sure. But you don't know, and especially us and the other liveaboards who are staying, everybody's still preparing just in case. Mm-hmm. And you don't know what kind of gusts you're going to get. Sometimes there's localized little patches of wind on the outer edges of these that are really strong. We're going to get a ton of rain. The storm surge is still a question. You know, we feel pretty confident that it's going to be fine for the marina. If you didn't watch the last one, our concerns are the amount of piling that is left at high tide here in this marina. It's not a very comfortable amount. With a big surge of more than 7 or 8 feet, theoretically, it appears that the marina could come off the pilings. So a lot of what we're prepping for is to have the boat not just stripped down so that there's as little amount of things to get ripped off by wind as possible, but to also be ready to actually move it out of the marina if the conditions allow it, and we see that the storm surge is pushing it dangerously close to the edge of those pilings. So some of the things that we're doing to prep are with that in mind. Hopefully none of it will matter. Just to kind of recap, we're at Brunswick Landing Marina in Georgia, and they have a very nice lounge club area up there. Depending on the conditions, we have some options there with Lauren and Rivers, or all of us, to go up to the club and hang out. Zeke and I will most likely try and stay on the boat as much as we can, just to be here to make adjustments to our lines or do anything that needs done. We took a look around the marina, and most of the boats are tied down very, very well and prepared very well. Everybody is tied down very good. Our neighbor across from our finger, us and a couple of the other boats have made some adjustments to that boat.
It's a boat for sale, so
it's for sale. I'm pretty sure they'd rather it just sank.
Right.
So, something that's probably good for us to talk about is our decision to stay here in the first place. We do still have our car, which we're going to move to higher ground very soon. We haven't done that yet. We need to do that.
Yeah.
If things took a really dangerous turn, or we saw that was happening, it's really not too tough for us to jump in the car, head north, head west. So we do have that option to get out, and we have places we can go.
It wasn't a hard and fast, we are staying no matter what.
No.
We are staying right now as long as things continue to look the way that they do. And they did continue, and they've actually improved.
Yeah.
So we feel really confident in this decision. We feel like we're not going to see too much. Maybe some tropical force winds, which is no joke. That's still 70 miles per hour, can be.
Yeah.
In which case Rivers and I will go to an actual building here.
Yeah.
But we are still 4 miles inland. We're not directly on the coast. We're in a proven hurricane hole. And the boat is equipped to live off the grid. We will have electricity still. We will have water. We will have...
all of our tanks are full.
We will have those things that if your electricity goes out in your house, you're screwed. If you don't have water, you just don't get water and you're stuck somewhere. So...
we are out of gin.
My one oversight.
That's right, we got other things.
Sad about
We're not going to be drinking heavily during a hurricane.
Come on! Alright, anyway, so here's the prep that we've done. While I go take care of the child.
We'll be right back. Give me the hippo.
Hurricane prep includes laundry.
Yeah. Thank you. Now get your pillow. Hey, you're not going to freak out when the wind gets crazy, are you?
Yeah.
You are? You are? It's going to get really, really windy out.
Yeah.
So we could get a lot of wind and the boat could rock all over the place.
Yeah.
But it's fine. We'll have it tied down really good and we'll be in here watching movies. Or me and Zeke will. And you and Mom will go to the lounge.
A baseball.
Yeah.
I don't know if you can hear the wind, but it's kind of starting to pick up already.
It's pretty windy already.
A wind is blowing a lot.
It is. That is good. You're going to be a good meteorologist. Do you know how much it's blowing?
What?
How much is the wind blowing?
I don't know.
Okay, perfect. So, I'm going to make this trek to the lounge. Finish our laundry. Already got things kind of tied down up here.
Wait, tight.
I don't know how well those will work, but we'll see. They're coming, dude.
So here's what we've done with our dock lines. We've doubled and tripled up in some cases. In many cases, we have started at the cleat, come down, tied a cleat knot here, then do one loop, and then back, tie off again, another loop, and back, and tie off a third time. So even if one strand was to break, you'd still essentially have two dock lines that are tied at both ends. We got spring lines running forward, two of them, one coming from the dock and one coming from the stern of the boat. And then of course the part that's most important to us, since we have wind probably coming from straight over here, is these bow lines and the spring lines that run from the dock to mid-cleat, holding the boat from going back that way. And in some places I've put lengths of rubber tubing just as chafe resistance. And this little stern line here, that one's not doing a ton, but this one here actually helps quite a bit, because with all the force up here on the bow, what it wants to do is take the whole boat and go like this, which wants to bring the stern back into the dock. So no matter how you line up the bow and spring lines without making them too tight, because you don't want that, you wind up with your stern getting a little bit close to the dock. So that one there just kind of keeps everything straight, keeps the boat sitting nicely off the dock. And I've got plenty of room back here. I think we're in good shape as far as dock lines go. I've got one more sort of middle length dock line, and I'm just going to kind of sit here today and watch as the wind picks up and decide then where it's needed. But we'll wait and see where the most force is being pulled, and if anything is being, you know, stretched too hard or the boat's moving in a weird way, and we'll just put that last dock line on to accommodate that. We also have the dinghy strapped down nicely now. Did a little bit of cleaning on it too. I have secured our halyards, both our spin halyard and our jib halyard are twisting around the mast, and then all the excess jib line, I've used that to strap everything tight. Zeke smells the storm. Danger!
Please don't lose that.
Bike's in the grill. Get in the car.
Cool.
Steve gave us a little something to help prepare us for the hurricane. Basil. Oh! God, it smells so good. It's crazy.
I like that one.
We are pretty much done, I think. Aside from some very obvious, we're letting these Cushions just dry out a little bit. Everything else I think is lashed down pretty good. Lashed down the cover for our nav. Tied up every line nice and snug. Snugged up the boom. So one last thing that we're doing. This is way above and beyond. But again, with us having that little inkling of a idea that if the surge does happen to bring these docks up dangerously close to the top, but the conditions are okay enough that we could leave the dock, it might just be me. Again, just depending on what everything's like. If things are kind of crazy, I'd rather these two stay here or get in the car and meet me someplace or something. But most likely I would just be taking the boat out and anchoring someplace away from all the potential carnage. So these are our jack lines. Doesn't hurt anything for them to be up. And yeah, who knows? I mean, when there's crazy stuff going on in the marina, it doesn't hurt to be tied to the boat either. So we're making sure we're going to be very careful about everything. Just want to make sure we're all safe first. And then the boat right behind us, second. These run from a solid fixed point at one end of the boat to a solid fixed point at the other end. And then anytime you go forward, you have a tether with a flexible lead on it. And that's connected to the harness, either a harness or a life vest with a harness clip. And anytime you go forward, you just clip onto this, so you're always attached to the boat. There you have it. That's all of the things that we've done to the boat. I think the only thing really we have left is to kind of take stock around the boat here. That stuff on shelves isn't going to fly off. I don't think we're going to get rocked around that much. And we have to mention again, Bahamas, Abacos, Grand Bahama, you've obviously seen the footage. They've just gotten annihilated. And we've already started looking for charities and relief organizations to donate to. And we found a very good one. There's also a couple other YouTube channels that have been promoting this one, including Liveaboard. They're going to fly generators and stuff straight over to the Abacos from Miami very soon. So if you would like a way to help the people over there and they really need it, here's a link right below. You can take you straight to the website to donate. Help them out, and as always, give us a like and please subscribe. Go check out our normal videos if you're new to us, and we will see you in a couple days.
Thursday, as long as, you know, shit doesn't actually hit the fan.
It won't. We're good. Cheers.
Cheers.